Hello and welcome to a back and bicep day for upright Bowflexes. My name's Eric, and if you're going to be joining me, I'd appreciate if you went ahead and hit that like button. Now, we're going to be starting things out by running things through this top set of pulleys. We're going to do 5 exercises up here, most of them using this lat pull-down bar attachment, but we're going to be switching up to the normal Bowflex handle for one of those exercises. And after those, then we're going to run our cables down through this bottom set of pulleys, hooking up this normal handle, and then we'll be working out down there. So you don't need any special gear for this routine. You can start running your cables up here now though. I'm going to be using my elastic band upgrade kit though, because I do need more resistance than what a stock Bowflex will put out for this routine. For rows and lat pull downs, you can really do a lot of weight. So throughout this routine, you're also going to see me writing down all of my resistance settings and the number of repetitions I'm doing. And basically this PDF here, it's available for free. There's a link in the description where you can grab that. And the whole point of this is this routine is part of a hypertrophy program I'm releasing on the channel called Extreme Muscle. And as part of this program, basically you're going to revisit this routine multiple times. And when you come back to this routine, you want to be able to see what you did the last time, know what weight setting you use, and you want to beat what you did. Either increase the weight just a little bit or maybe try to get a couple more repetitions in, because that's how you're going to get stronger, is by doing that. So as part of this routine, you are going to see me, referencing all of the countdowns on the screen here. Hopefully this is all going to be really easy to follow. There'll be little previews of the lifts, and this clock here will be counting down our rest intervals, which are going to be a minute long. And hopefully that minute is going to allow us to recover so we can hit that next set really hard. I'm going to be targeting 10 repetitions for all of my sets. I can't guarantee that I'll be able to do all 10. I'm going to be lifting a little bit heavy today, and you can be targeting though any number of repetitions you want, 6, 8, 10, 12, whatever that number of reps is. Go ahead and plant that number in your mind, and that's what you're going to be shooting for all day today. So couple last things. Again, no extra gear is needed. I'm gonna have a towel and a glass of water here. It's really, really hot in my garage today, one of the hottest days in Florida all year. So you're gonna be seeing me sweat a bunch. Hopefully you get a good sweat going. Also, if you're a beginner on the channel, or if you're new to the Bowflex, check out some of the other videos on the channel. This is definitely a more advanced routine, but if you have a lot of free weight training experience in your past and maybe you're new to Bowflex, this might be an okay routine to just jump right into. So there will not be a warm-up as part of this routine, and the thought behind that here is, well, advanced lifters probably have their own preferred warm-up, and so I'm going to let you kind of do that. And then if you're not loose though, go ahead, warm up, stretch out, and come right back. Again, we're hitting our back and our biceps today. So I hope you join me for this routine. I hope you have a good time with it, and I'll see you right back. I forgot to mention, if you have weightlifting gloves, I'd recommend putting them on, because if your hands get sweaty, they can slide around on this lat pull down bar. And lat pull down is going to be our first exercise of the day. And you can probably go pretty heavy on this lift. I'm going to be racking up at 210 pounds on each side. So 2 50-pound power rods and then 110 pounds of elastic bands set up on each side of my machine. Now this is, Bowflex resistance, which is not the same as free weight resistance. And, we're all at our own levels. And I have a bunch of different recommendations up on the screen, but, if you've done this routine a few times, you're going to know exactly where you left off last time and where you should be starting up this time. So I've got my machine all racked up, and let's go ahead and start talking about how to do a lat pull down. And first thing is, I'm going to put my hands over the bar here, not like wrapped around. I want the whole hand over it. And they're going to be out kind of wide, and then I'm going to sit down with my legs firmly underneath the backrest here, and then I'm going to just be pulling this bar down. It doesn't necessarily need to go all the way down to your chest. It should be beneath your chin. And you also don't want to be throwing it backwards like this. You can lean back a little bit, but your arms should not be working this way. They should be pulling downwards. So I want everybody in position here, ready to go, and join me for this first set here. Let's pull it down and slowly release. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Focus on tucking those elbows in. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So set number 1 in the books there, got our full 10. Now, finding the right resistance is always a challenge. You want to find something that's going to be difficult but not impossible. So if you weren't able to do 10 reps on this first set, I would recommend dropping the weight just a little bit. If you struggled to get all 10 in, you know, I'd probably keep it at that. You found a pretty good challenging resistance for you. But if you had a lot of reps left in the tank, maybe crank it up a little bit. So at the 10-second mark, I want everybody getting in position so you're not late to joining me on any of these sets here, and we're all staying with each other here. Okay, everybody in position here, get ready to pull it down. Here we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay in control as you let the weight pull back up towards the sky. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, one more set of these coming up. All right, let's get facing the tower here. Let's get in position. We're going to finish this final set out strong here. And then we're going to move into some bicep work after this. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So our next exercise, we're going to move into a standing bicep isolation curl. And so I'm going to unhook only half of my machine here and just kind of leave this bar dangling. And I'm going to hook up one of my Bowflex handles right up here. And I'm also going to drop the weight by a little bit more than half. So I'm going to drop 110 pounds. So I'm going down to 100 pounds on this side. And ultimately, we only need to hook up 1/2 the machine. We're going to be doing some curls like this, and then we can just spin around and do the other side. And so for this standing iso curl, what I like doing is grabbing the handle here and then kind of stepping away until like my arm is fully extended here. I'm not like way out here though, just so there's a little bit of tension on the cable. And then when I put my other arm, just kind of have it on my side, and then I curl this handle in towards my body like this. And so it's almost like I'm flexing right here. And we're just going to repeat that 10 times. And then we're going to spin around. We're going to have a shorter rest interval because we're only working out half the body here. Let's get in position and curl it up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to stay really stable in your whole body here. There's 6, 7, no swinging around, no momentum. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we only have 30 seconds here, and we're just going to spin around and do the other arm. Now I failed to mention my feet are probably about 5-6 inches away from the base of the machine, or the end of the foot here. Again, so I'm going to be outstretched, a little bit of tension in the beam, but not much, or in the cable. And now we're going to curl it in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's write it down and keep it moving. Other side now. Okay, 10 seconds left. Let's get in position. Get ready to flex. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, last set of these iso curls. Whatever you just did on that arm, I want you doing at least that many on this other arm. Okay, 10 seconds. Let's get in position. Grab that handle. Get ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Let's curl. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's write it down, and then we're getting in position for our next exercise here. A little bit longer rest interval, and that's so we can adjust our weight again. I'm going back to what I did for my first set, those for the lat pull down. So let me add my weight back on here that I took off. And then I'm going to add the lat pull down bar right back to the connection up top here. And we're going to get ready for our high standing row. So I'm going to grip the bar just like I did for my lat pull down, where I grab it out wide, but instead of pulling it down, I'm going to pull it in towards my body here. And this is going to move from working our lats, which are kind of here, more towards the inner part of the back. So I've got my handles, or my hands, holding the outer part of this bar, and then I'm going to just be pulling this weight back. And a key part of this is, for leverage, you really need to put your leg up on the seat here. Otherwise, if you have a lot of weight on the machine, it's wanting to come off of the ground here. So 10 seconds, let's get in position. Get ready to do these high rows. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's write it down, adjust that weight setting as needed. And again, you should really be feeling this more in kind of your inner shoulder blades up here as you pull that weight back. Hope we're all doing well out there. I'm feeling really good today. And we're over a quarter of the way done with this routine already, so we're just rolling through things real fast here. Okay, let's go ahead and get in position. Get those hands on the bar, your feet on the seat here, and we're starting in 5 seconds. There we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale as you pull that weight in. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, one more of these. Then we're gonna move into a lat pull down variant, but let's finish out these rows, not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, the final set of these rows is always a tough one. I've been doing this routine. It's probably my 7th, 8th time doing this routine. And whenever I'm on the last set of rows, it is really difficult. So I'm gonna be trying to do that whole 10. But don't get discouraged here. Just keep working through it. All right, let's go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost there. 9 and 10. All right, I got my 10 in. Now we're going to be moving into a narrow grip pull down. And for this, I'm going to add a little bit more weight to my machine. So I'm going to be adding, let's see, 70 pounds more power rods on both sides, or I guess it's a 30-pound power rod and a 40-pound elastic band. And now for this exercise, it's going to be pull down again. But I like to think of this as more of like a chin up. With the chin up, you have a tighter grip if you're pulling yourself up. And that's what we're going to do here is we're going to have our palms facing our body. And then we're going to sit down just like we did for lat pull down. And then we're going to just pull this weight right down and then slowly release it up. And so I want your elbows ending up in front of your torso and not behind your torso. Okay, everybody, let's get in position here. Let's pull it down. Here we go. There's 1, 2. This is a really good bicep exercise. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. So those chin ups, or the narrow grip pull down, they hit both your biceps, your lats, and then they also hit your delts. So don't mean to say that they don't hit your delts at all. Let's write it down. Then you got another 30 seconds to recover. Adjust the weight as needed. Okay, everybody, let's get in position. Grab that bar, narrow grip, about shoulder width apart. Get ready to pull it down in 2, 1, let's go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost there, 9, and 10. Whew. I always forget too, you really do engage your core in this exercise if you're pulling down a lot of weight. Easy to miss that one. All right, one more set of this, and then we're gonna go back to a variant of a row where we're pulling the weight towards us like that. So 30 seconds of rest though. All right, 10 seconds, I want you with me here. Grab the bar, get in position, 2, 1, let's pull it down, finish this out strong. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Okay, so for our next set of rows, I'm going to drop the weight back down to what I did for the high standing row and the lat pull down. So I'm going to be dropping that 70 pounds that I just added, taking it right off the machine. Now for this row, it's going to be a narrow grip row. So we started things out like we did with the lat pull down for our first set of rows. We gripped it out wide, and now I want you to grip in a more narrow setting. So about shoulder width apart, and you can do an overhand grip or you can do an underhand grip. I'd recommend doing an underhand grip, but if your grip is really feeling weak after doing that, the chin up like exercise, you can do overhand. So let's get in position here. We're going to again have our leg on the bench here. And then we're going to get ready to pull this weight back out in 3, 2, 1, and pull it in. There's 1, 2, 3. Try to keep those elbows tucked in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you're watching me, that last set was more like a 9.5, not a full 10. And I was really struggling there at the end. I think I'm going to switch over to the overhand grip for this last set here. And I guess you could even switch your grip midway through if you feel that you're not finishing because your grip, not necessarily because of the larger muscles. So after this exercise, we're gonna have an extended break of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We're gonna have time to re-rack our cables to this bottom set of pulleys. So let's get in position here. Get ready to do these rows in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling as you're pulling in. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Oh, again, we got that extended break here. But don't take too long off because this takes a while to re-rack. So I'm gonna actually leave that hooked up there. Try not to hit yourself in the head like I just did there with my lat bar. And now I'm going to run them in this bottom set down here. I'm going to be setting up my normal Bowflex handles down here. And we're almost in position. And now we just need to adjust our weight setting. So this is going to be a seated hammer row. Again, on rows, you can normally go a little heavy. I'm going to be dropping 50 pounds of resistance though. So about 25% of the weight is coming off of the bar right here for me. And once I've got this off, I don't think I'll be needing this additional resistance for the rest of this routine. Okay, so now for a hammer row, I'm going to be sitting on the ground here. Hopefully I'm still on camera. I'm going to put my feet at the base of this machine. I'm going to do a hammer grip. So I'm holding it like this. And now I'm going to just pull this weight back in towards my chest. Sitting up nice and tall. And hope you join me here. 2, 1, let's row. There's 1, 2. Bring those handles all the way back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's write it down. We got one more set of those. And this is really our last rowing or pulling down motion because we're moving to some bicep curls and then a couple other new lifts for y'all. So I really want you pushing yourself on this last set of rows. You don't need to leave any more in the tank for this rowing motion. All right, so let's go ahead and join me on the ground here. Let's get in position. Sit up nice and tall. Try to keep these elbows tucked in as you row it back. Hammer grip here. There's 1, 2, 3. Exhale as you're pulling in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. So next lift is going to be a reverse bicep curl, and I'm going to drop the weight by about 20% here. I'm going to go down to 130 pounds on each side of the machine, and I'm also going to be removing the seat here. And from here on out, the weight is just going to keep dropping off. So I got 130 pounds of power rods on each side. And for a reverse curl, I'm going to have my back up against this backrest here. And I'm going to be actually standing up pretty tall here. I'm going to grab these handles, and then I'm going to just be curling up these handles nice and smooth into a full position. Now, one nice thing with this backrest is it prevents you from really getting any momentum into it and helps you isolate your biceps here. But if you have the tendency to want to get some momentum, well, don't. Stand up nice and tall here. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's curl it up. So all the way up to your shoulders and then slowly lower. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling on the way up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. 1 minute of rest here. Oh, I need to sit down. I kind of wish the seat was still there. We're going to be adding that back in just a moment though after this exercise. But we got a total of 4 sets of these reverse curls. We are finishing strong on the biceps. So I want you in position, legs extended, leaning back against the tower here. Get ready to curl with me. Let's go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're struggling, focus on your breathing. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, 2 more of those to go. We're so close to finishing this out, so let's get in position. Let's grab those handles and give me everything you got on these last 2 curls. Here we go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. You're only rotating 5. Those handles around your elbow here. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we got this. Okay, one more set of these, and then it gets easier from here. Trust me. Take some deep breaths. Let's pump ourselves up for this last set of curls here. Come on. Let's get in position. You can do it. 10 of these. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Focus, I'm finishing here. 7, 8, 9, and 10. That was the toughest exercise we got left. We're going to move into a seated lateral raise coming up here. And for this exercise, we're going to be dropping the weight down by a lot. So I've got 130 pounds racked up on both sides. I'm going to be dropping it down to 60 pounds on both sides. So again, I started this routine with 210 pounds on each side, and I'm now at what? About a quarter of that almost. And so I've got that racked up. And now I'm going to add my seat back on here. And this is really important because we're going to be sitting in the edge of the seat. And I'm going to actually start out by showing kind of my the opposite way here. And the reason for that is this lift, I'm going to be kind of at the edge of the seat here with my forearm on the bench here. And then I'm reaching a little bit behind my back, and I'm going to be raising this handle up just like this here. And then you should be feeling that in your back and also your lats right here. Let me spin around. I'm going to start on the other side though. So again, I'm going to be holding this weight here, my arm a little bit behind my back, and I'll have a small bend at my elbow as I do this. I sit up nice and tall, again, forearm on the machine here, and I'll be raising this arm up here. All right, let's go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, shorter rest interval because we're only working out half the body here. And one thing I failed to mention is you don't necessarily need the weight to go all the way back down to your side, because at that point there's really not any tension in the cables. So I would only drop it down part way and then lift it back up. So let's grab our handle. And you just really want to stay in control that entire motion, that even if it's a little bit shorter range of motion here. So let's get in position. 2, 1, let's lift it up, hold it for a second, and then drop it a little bit, and then raise it back up. There's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, one more on each side here. Now this lift here is a little different than what you conventionally see on a lift like this. It's actually really common to hold on to like a cable machine and lean one direction and then lift like that. I just found that there wasn't enough cable length on the Bowflex to do that very well. And also it wasn't necessarily very heavy, so sometimes I pulled the machine away from the wall and Wasn't very stable. So position, let's go to 1. Let's lift it up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we got one more of these, and it just occurred to me that we're only gonna have 30 seconds after this lift to transition into a wrist curl. So as soon as you're done with this lift here, I'm gonna want you removing the seat, and then we're gonna be facing the machine, and I'm gonna show you how to do a wrist curl. Really simple. It's gonna be the same weight setting you're using for this lift right now here. So let's get in position. Final one of these. Let's raise it up. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so go ahead and jot, your numbers down. We're gonna then remove this seat, and we're just gonna go right into a wrist curl where we're gonna be facing the machine here. And what I'm gonna do is basically go into like a bicep curl like motion here, or position, except I'm gonna have my hands wide open like this. And what I'm gonna do now is just rotate these handles up and kind of twist them. So I'm closing my fist here, wrapping my hands up. So there's 1, 2, the handles are almost kind of rolling down my hands. There's 3, 4, 5, and you should feel a really tight squeeze in your forearms. There's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we all get a full minute break here, and then we're moving into this final lift. So let's jot them down, and it's gonna be that exact same wrist curl. So as this counts down, I wanna give a big shout out to all my Ko-Fi Elite members. Names are up here on the credits in the screen. They help make routines like this possible. And if you're interested in what that means, or joining as a member, getting access to various workout programs, a workout journal, lots of good stuff. There'll be a link in the description to a video it's all about that. And all the proceeds from that come to support me directly for creating, videos and programs just like this. And I appreciate it if you do. If money's tight or if you don't want to support, that's okay too. Watching the videos, working out with me, that helps us both. So anyways, let's get in position. Final exercise. One more wrist curl. Bring these hands up about halfway up a bicep curl, and now let's get ready to roll them up. All right, here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, before you call it a day, don't forget to remove your power rods from tension. And I always like to wrap mine up with a bungee cord. So thank you again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this routine. Hope you give this video a like, comment below, and we'll see you next time. Be good to yourself, be good to others.